Hi neighbors, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to PrettyHippyChristmas. And with this video, listen, I talk a lot about problems that I have with plus size fashion companies, and I do a lot of hauls and I point out a lot of the issues that I have with clothing and stuff. But I want this video to just purely be about places that I enjoy shopping. It is the Christmas season. We are looking for presents for people. We are looking for our own cute outfits to wear to Christmas parties and holiday parties for the first time in a couple years, because 2020 we were all, keeping away from each other. So I'd just like to share a few places that I really enjoy the process of shopping and hear where you guys also enjoy the shopping experience. Now, I was thinking about this and I was like, I think with online shopping and in-person shopping, I enjoy two different things. So I'm gonna kind of have these two separate categories. With in-person shopping, for me, it's all about like the thrill of the hunt. And I don't necessarily have to get anything to enjoy the shopping experience. With online shopping, it's much more about actually finding something that I like and purchasing it. The thrill of the hunt really isn't there online because the internet is so vast and massive. It kind of feels like screaming into a void looking for something, not so much of a thrilling hunt. So to start with the online category, these are places that I actually enjoy because I usually can actually find something. The first one, always and forever, will be Eloquii, and honestly, this is one of my favorite brands that I have found as a YouTuber. I love Eloquii. The quality of their clothing is fantastic. It's a little pricey, but it's also worth the prices. That's the thing. And I rarely say that, but I genuinely feel that Eloquii clothing is worth the full prices. Even better if you can get it on sale, but if you can't, it's still worth it. Their clothes tend to be a lot of like classics with a twist. So really, you can have just about any style aesthetic and find something that you like there. I don't know what it is about Eloquii, but they're just really good at making office appropriate, home appropriate, weekend appropriate, event appropriate, just like all sorts of different pieces that are beautifully cut, beautifully made, relatively affordable, like not super affordable for everybody, but not like completely out of the realm of reason, and yet still fit a lot of aesthetics, or at least can be styled in a way to fit an aesthetic. So I really love Eloquii, whether I'm buying for myself or buying for somebody else, and especially in terms of gifting, I can confidently recommend Eloquii clothing to people or gift them Eloquii clothing and know that they're gonna get something that's high quality. Even if it doesn't fit them perfectly, at least it's like a good item and they can just exchange the size and it'll still be beautiful on them. And it's somewhere I can actually usually find stuff, so I like that because my style is very particular. When I have a place that I can actually find things always, I love that. Next, I'm honestly not always a huge fan of these like very affordable fast fashion like Shein and Romwe, Zaful, these like really high production, thousands of different item options, low quality, affordable online stores. I've tested a lot of them on this channel, some multiple times, and I've just found the materials usually suck. And they're just not very breathable. It's all polyester, and the sizing can be really hit or miss. However, I will say, I make an exception for Yoins. I don't know what's different about Yoins because their model is the same as Shein, Zaful, Romwe, whatever. There's nothing particularly different about them from the face, but all I know is the stuff that I ordered in my Yoins haul, I actually wear. I've gotten some of my absolute favorite clothing pieces from my Yoins haul. These include this beautiful black cardigan jacket thing with the peacock applique on it, which I wear to work all the time, and this navy blue maxi dress with the slit and long sleeves and floral print, which I've worn on the channel multiple times as well. Absolutely some of my favorite pieces. Fabric is absolute crap, polyester, but they look so good. These are from my go-to outfits video as well, so maybe take a look at that when you're done with this one. You might enjoy it. Like, something about what Yoins offers pieces like that are just like unusual, but also so beautiful, and they fit my aesthetic for that reason. So, you know, if you're looking for one of those more affordable places and you have a more unique style, or you're gifting for somebody who has a more unique style, check out Yoins. Or I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it has been one of my favorite places to shop. I found really interesting and unique pieces. The quality was, you know, the same as like Shein. So for some people love that quality, some people don't. But it's predictable, and they're fun pieces to wear because they're so unique and interesting. It's definitely the best experience that I've had thus far with those kind of affordable brands. This next store is right in between the two different goals of when I'm shopping online, it's more about actually finding something than the thrill of the hunt, and when I'm shopping in person, it's more about the thrill of the hunt than necessarily finding anything. With this particular store, I get both things. I get the thrill of the hunt, and I can actually find something. And that is ModCloth.com. For years and years, I have loved ModCloth.com. As their name suggests, the clothing that they offered is mostly vintage inspired, but there's always some kind of a little twist, something that makes it a little bit more modern. They offer several different brands and a lot of plus size clothing as well as the more like straight size, regular size clothing. They have a wide range of styles, like different decades that they represent with their like vintage aesthetic, as well as some more modern stuff. I think ModCloth is the best place to go for beautiful, unique dresses. That's kind of what they're known for, and for a good reason. Pretty much anybody can find a dress on ModCloth. The only thing that they don't necessarily sell is like incredibly tight, like bodycon, like cutouts, like sexy Fashion Nova. That's not their style. But other than that, if you're looking for something for the office, for a wedding, for a Christmas party, if you're looking for something vintage inspired or unique or just interesting, you're going to be able to find it on ModCloth. Again, it's another store where you're really going to be able to find unique pieces. And I like scrolling through ModCloth more than I like scrolling through the other websites because everything I see just looks like a work of art. It's a little bit less so nowadays, to be honest with you. Like, I used to enjoy the scroll a lot more in the past, but for the most part, most of their items are just very unique and absolutely beautiful, and even if something doesn't come in my size, I still enjoy just taking a moment and looking at it. And the things that maybe I don't like, that don't necessarily fit my style or fit my aesthetic, I can still look at it and say, you know, that's a really beautiful dress. It's not for me, but it's beautiful. And so it makes it really easy, like I was saying before about Eloquii, to gift those items because I know that it's going to be a good quality piece and it's going to very much fit the aesthetic of whoever I'm gifting it to. So if you have a friend who is really into a particular fashion niche, I would say try out ModCloth because you really might be able to find something there. ModCloth also has wedding attire, which I really appreciate. Not just wedding gowns for the bride, but also for the bridal party. The only downside to ModCloth is it can be a little pricey, so I'm not always able to actually buy something there. But just like when I'm shopping in person, for me, it's not always about actually being able to buy something at ModCloth because the experience of shopping on the website is fulfilling enough and stimulating enough that I don't have to purchase something to feel like I enjoyed spending my time at ModCloth. And on that note, let's transition over to talk about the in-person shopping experiences that I enjoy. Let me start by saying that I am a deal hunter when I'm shopping in person, even more than when I'm shopping online. When I'm shopping in person and I have to physically take out my card and swipe it through the machine, something about that is a lot harder for me to spend money. So when I'm shopping in person, I am deal hunting, and that definitely helps kind of dictate where I go when I'm shopping in person. So with that goal always in mind, I absolutely love discount stores or like clearance stores like outlet malls, DSW, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, Nordstrom Rack, those types of stores where everything is kind of discontinued or discounted or clearanced or whatever, because you can get the same quality of pieces that you would be getting at the other stores, but just for a lot less money. And it's also much more of a scavenger hunt when you go into those environments. You might not be able to find anything in your size, or you might find a treasure trove. That can make the experience really frustrating as well. You can't necessarily go to these stores with a particular goal in mind and actually achieve that goal. But if you enjoy the thrill of the hunt and you enjoy just kind of exploring and adventuring and you don't have a particular goal in mind, you can find all sorts of things in these stores that are just interesting and that you enjoy. It's also a great way to try out new brands because you're not spending as much money on them. But the only thing that I'll say is that sometimes outlet stores are not traditional outlets the way that they used to be. Like Nordstrom Rack is a traditional outlet where it's quite literally just clearance items from Nordstrom sent to Nordstrom Rack to just be bought there. Some outlets though, like I think like Gap Outlet and Old Navy Outlet, have like outlet exclusive items that were made specifically for the outlet. So they're lower quality and therefore lower prices, but it's just something to keep in mind. Certain stores are not really giving you the traditional outlet experience of buying the full quality item for a sale price. They're gonna sell you a sale quality item for that sale price at certain stores. So you kind of just have to choose wisely which outlets you're going to if your goal is that like great quality piece at a discounted price. When I'm not deal hunting, I definitely really love shopping at Anthropologie, which is so difficult because Anthropologie doesn't sell their plus size items in person at stores, or at least not the one near me. And I would really appreciate it if Anthropologie would put at least some of their plus size items into their stores. But I love the aesthetic of Anthropologie. I like to go in there because I just love the vibe, I love the feel, I love the look. If I could describe my style with one store, it would be Anthropologie. And I just love going in there because while my style, I think, sometimes can seem a little bit chaotic and disjointed, when I walk into Anthropologie, I'm like, this is where I feel at home. Put me inside an Anthropologie and I make sense. So as much as it is frustrating to go in there because any plus size items that are in there are only going to be like online returns and it's going to be very hit or miss, at least it's a place that I go that I can feel inspired and I can get my wheels turning creatively about what kind of clothes I want to buy. I'm going to buy those clothes from other places, but the inspiration comes from Anthropologie. And I'm not going to lie, Anthropologie's prices are also prohibitive, but it's kind of okay because the experience of me going to Anthropologie is much more about getting inspiration than it is about actually buying anything there. And they have really cute home stuff, so I can always go looking for some home items. Sometimes there is a reward at the end of the hunt. The last place I'm gonna mention is another deal hunting paradise, and that is, I love thrift shopping. And the best and easiest place around me to go is Goodwill. I don't really like Goodwill as a corporation. I feel like they have some flaws, and I wish that there were other thrift stores around me. There's just like really not, at least not that sell clothes or plus size clothes. But I really love thrift shopping because I feel like it's such a fun time to be exploratory with your fashion. Similar to shopping at like an outlet or a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, DSW, Burlington Coat Factory, Nordstrom Rack, similar to those types of stores, thrift stores by nature carry hundreds of brands and styles and all sorts of different things that you might not find anywhere else. I love thrift stores because they're such a low risk place to go shopping. When I'm at thrift stores, I specifically pick up pieces that I'm like, I have no idea how that would look on me. And I try them on just to see how they would look. Like, that's how I learn a lot about brands and about fashion and style in general, is just by trying stuff on. Usually I have some interest in the piece, like I like the color, I like the print, I think it might work for me. And through the process of just trying it on, I learn about the brand that I'm wearing, how the sizing is on that brand. I make a connection between how an item looks on the hanger versus how it's gonna look on my body. And if I try something on that I wasn't really sure about, and I feel a little bit more sure, like I think I like it, even if I'm not 100% sure about that item, maybe I'm like 75% sure, I'm willing to take a risk on a 75% sure item at a thrift store, because it usually only costs between like $5 and $10, you know? If I think I pretty much like an item, I'm okay with taking like a $6 risk. And a lot of times at thrift stores, I just happen to come across brands that I would never have seen in person at a store around me. And I love exploring and finding new brands that I've never seen before. Like, my favorite thing that ever happens is I see something that I really love, I don't know the brand, but I try it on, it's awesome in the fitting room, and then I go look up that brand and I'm introduced to a whole new store of stuff that I love that fits me. It used to happen more when I was thinner, but it's just so much fun when that happens, and that's very much part of the thrill of the hunt when I'm shopping in person. There's so much that you can touch and you can try and you can put on your body, even if you're not gonna purchase any of those things because none of them really is quite right. You still learn so much from the experience. And I really love learning about clothes and fashions. So for me, the experience is still worthwhile in the end, even if I don't end up buying anything. So anyways, those are my 6 favorite places to go shopping. And I hope that this was interesting and helpful for you if you're looking for gifting ideas or just a fun little insight into what I do and where I go shopping and where I find the clothes that I wear on this channel. I got this at Goodwill and I really like it. What are your favorite places to shop? Where do you like to go? What are your good, reliable places? Do you have more than one, or do you just have like one favorite store where you go all the time? Please let me know in the comments below, and definitely let me know how you feel about the places that I have said are my favorite. While you're down there commenting, I do hope that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and set your notifications to all so you can keep in touch with everything going on here in the neighborhood. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and your time and the fact that you are spending your time here with me. So much love. Bye.